Hello again. So this is the third video. By now, you've raised a treatment plan, you've sent it to a patient has read through it, understood it, and asked you a question and sent that back. Now what do you do? So there are a couple of options. From a non-clinical side, we've created a dashboard to display all the consents currently out or completed. Now let me show you. This here is displaying every consent form that has ever gone out inside the dental practice Flyteeth. Now, what we really want to know is the understanding around my consent form. So if you're a treatment coordinator or a dental nurse or a receptionist, just trying to gather the information and understand if the patient's filled out all the forms, we've made it really simple to understand. So let's just type me in. Now, obviously there's quite a few consent forms because I use me as a test product quite a lot. But if you look at these two here in the date format, these were the two that I did in the first video. Now going from left to right, you can see that this whitening one is ready to send. And that's because when I did my first video, I only actually sent the root canal treatment out and didn't send the whitening. So straight away, if you needed to or wanted to, you could just click on that send consent button there and send it straight to the patient. If you're an SOE user, this means that you now don't need to go inside Exact to find the patient, to click on the QR code, to then make sure that the information's been sent. You can do this from a login dashboard on any web browser. But the interesting one here is the root canal treatment, which I went through as a patient on the second video, and it says question. Now, from that question, we're gonna look and understand and see where that question is. So we're gonna click on the review, and now we've got this left-hand bar that's opened up, which we didn't have in that first video. And this is to highlight some areas and help you navigate through the consent form quicker. Now, if you can see the risk, it's got a question mark next to it. So let's click on it instead of going through the pages. And straight away, at the top, here's the question from the patient. Now, that gives you as a treatment coordinator or a receptionist, dental nurse, or even the clinician, a lot of triggers to be able to then contact the patient. For starters, you know the patient has then engaged with the treatment consent process, but especially if you haven't actually booked the patient in for the procedure yet, it gives you the ability to a time that works for you to be able to phone that patient, discuss the question over the phone with the patient, and then ultimately get them booked in. Let me just go back to the treatment plan. Now, this treatment plan section that you see here gives you a breakdown as me at the patient. So you can see that we've raised a few consent forms. And again, it just tailor makes the same information you've got on that overall display form, but it just highlights on me. We do, however, give you the ability that if you were just looking at me instead of the overall dashboard, to be able to go straight in slightly quicker to be able to view the question.